Good evening, guys. This is Korea's 1996 television, and after showing some of my clips from my third episode of Summer Vlogs and my Lake Tobias clips, it is now time for my second game of Jeopardy, the first edition for the PlayStation, in which so far I've only won $2,100 in only one game.
Hi, folks. I'm Johnny Gilbert. Okay, set the game up exactly the way you like.
Have it at 6. Have the response time as 60.
What'll it do? We'll just add 2 computer players.
Okay.
Player 1, what's your name?
Yeah, I have bad handwriting when it comes to making a Jeopardy board with my name on it. Here we go.
The Sony Pictures Studios. This is Jeopardy.
Put on your thinking caps, folks, because it's time for another game of Jeopardy!
Yes, sir. Here are the categories.
We've got some really interesting categories for you today.
Oh boy.
Rhode Islanders. Colonial Americans. Islands.
Oh, I don't like...
Famous firsts. Movies of the 90s.
And of
British
course,
royal love affairs.
I do not know British love affairs at all.
Player 1, let's get started.
I'll try movies of the 90s for 100.
Kevin Bacon played command module pilot Jack Swigert in this 1995 blockbuster.
Kevin Bacon played command module pilot Jack
Player
Swigert.
3.
Was Apollo 13.
Why, yes.
It's your turn, Player 3.
Movies of the 90s for 200.
Richard Gere played a businessman who fell for Julia Roberts in this 1990 film.
What is Pretty Woman? Oops, wrong way.
That's it exactly.
Alright,
That puts you in the lead.
for the moment, I
All
fear.
right, player 1.
Movies of the 90s for 300.
She portrayed former Marine turned high school teacher Luann Johnson in Dangerous Minds.
Who's Michelle Pfeiffer?
Exactly.
Of course.
All right, pick again.
Okay. Movies of the 90s for 400.
The LA film critics named John Travolta Best Actor for this 1994 film. Give him a Royale with cheese.
What is Pulp Fiction? I do have this movie on VHS, by the way, but I can't find it anywhere.
To be sure.
Yep.
You've got a commanding lead.
For the moment, I fear.
All right, pick again.
500.
In 1994's Immortal Beloved, Gary Oldman portrayed this composer.
Oh, now I'm stumped on that one. Ludwig van Beethoven.
All right, pick again.
I guess I'll take islands for 100.
This Italian island's three chief ports are Messina, Catania, and Palermo.
This Italian island's three chief ports.
Player 2? No.
No. Three chief ports are Messina, Catania, and Palermo. What is Sicily?
All right, pick again.
Islands for 200.
The Paracel Islands are claimed by Vietnam, but are administered by this northern neighbor.
The Paracel
Player
Islands.
3.
What is China?
That's it.
Player 3.
Islands for 300.
Andros is the largest of the 700 islands that make up this nation off Florida's coast.
Is it Puerto Rico? Let's try it.
Player 1.
Is it Puerto Rico? Aw, it's not Puerto Rico. I have a feeling right now. Screw it.
Good guess, but that's wrong.
Now I'm down to... Oh, what are the Bahamas? Oh yeah, that's right. Should have said that.
Okay, Player 3.
Islands for 400.
In 1927, this Spanish group in the Atlantic was divided into two provinces, Las Palmas and Santa Cruz de Tenerife.
In
Player 2.
What are the Canary Islands?
That's correct.
Oh, of course.
All right, contestant 2.
British Royal Affairs for...
This king romanced Mary Boleyn before her sister Anne lost her head over him.
This king romanced Mary
Player
Boleyn,
2.
who's Henry VIII.
Why, yes.
All right, pick again.
British Royal Affairs.
A tall, thin mistress of George I was nicknamed this for a tall, thin thing folks dance around on May 1st.
A tall, thin mistress of George I first was nicknamed this
Anyone?
for tall, thin dance. What is Mary Paul?
All right, pick again.
British Royal Affairs for 300.
She blamed Prince Albert's early death in part on anxiety over her son Bertie's fling with an actress.
She blamed Prince Albert's early death in part on her...
Player 3.
Who's Queen Anne?
Oh, I'm sorry, that's wrong.
Oh, it's not Queen Anne. He's down to 0, I think. Who was Queen Victoria?
All right, pick again.
Love Affairs for 400.
This king named Lackland didn't lack a love life. He had at least 7 children out of wedlock.
Anybody?
King John.
Response. All right, pick again.
Famous first 400?
Answer.
Really double.
Player 2, your wager, please. Conducted in 1790, the first of these in the USA showed a population of 3.9 million.
Player 2.
What's the census?
To be sure. All right, pick again. The first drive-in movie theater opened in Camden in this state in 1933.
Was New Jersey? It's just a guess. I'm not sure. No, not Newhart. Back. Here we go.
Right you are.
Alright.
Player 1, it's your turn.
Famous first for 300.
In 1954, Roger Bannister became the first person to run this far in under 4 minutes.
Player 3.
A mile.
Exactly. It's your turn, player 3.
Famous first for 400.
She was the first English child born in America.
She was the first English-born child born in America. Who is Virginia Dare?
Player 3, what'll it be?
Colonial Americans for 100.
In 1774, this Pennsylvanian was stripped of his Deputy Postmaster General's office.
In 1774, this Pennsylvanian was stripped of his Deputy Postmaster General's office.
Anybody?
Who is Benjamin Franklin?
Okay, player 3.
Rhode Islanders for 100.
This Civil War general, admired for his side whiskers, served as governor of Rhode Island 1866 to 1869.
The Civil War general admired for his...
Player 3.
Ambrose Burnside.
Exactly. All right,
Never
pick
heard of
again.
him. Rhode Islanders for 200.
Robert Gray discovered this river that forms much of the border between Washington and Oregon.
Robert
Player 3.
Graves. What is the Columbia?
Why, yes. All right, pick again.
He painted the first 5 men to succeed Washington as president, but is most famous for his 3 of George.
He painted the first 5 men to succeed Washington as president, but is most famous for his George III. Gilbert Stuart. Never heard of him.
All right, pick again.
I should get some more practice on this.
The play Little Johnny Jones introduced his Give My Regards to Broadway.
Player 3.
George M. Cohen.
Yes. All right, pick again.
Quaker manufacturer Moses Brown led the movement that made Rhode Island first to abolish this in 1784.
Anybody?
What is slavery?
All right, pick again.
In 1622, John Rolfe, widower of this Indian princess, was presumed killed in an Indian massacre.
Player 2.
Who is Pocahontas?
That's it. Player 2.
Colonial Americans for 300.
From 1733 to 1743, this future British general served as Georgia's first governor.
From 17...
Player 2.
Who is James Oglethorpe?
That's it. All right, pick again.
Colonial Americans for 400.
In 1636, he bought land at the head of Narragansett Bay.
In 1636, he bought land at the head of Narragansett Bay. Who was Roger Williams?
All right, pick again.
Colonial Americans for 5.
Tradition says he was the first pilgrim to set foot on Plymouth Rock.
Player 3.
John Alden.
That's correct.
Ah.
What will it be, player 3?
Islands for 500.
About half of the Philippines' rice crop is produced on this island, the nation's largest.
About half of the Philippines rice
Player
crop
3.
is... What is Mindoro?
That's wrong.
What the hell is that? What the hell kind of country is that? What is Luxon?
Player 3.
Famous first for 500.
Considered the first victim of the Cold War, a right-wing society is named for him.
No idea.
Anyone?
Who is
Here's
John
the
Birch?
And to finish the board,
Love Affairs for 500.
this famous diarist's wife called King Charles II's mistress, Moll Davis, the most impertinent slut.
This famous diarist's wife called King Charles II's Mistress Maud Davis the most impudent slut. Who is Samuel Pepys?
All right, that's the end of the Jeopardy round.
Of course.
Let's look at the total scores so far.
I'm in third place with 800. Player 3 is in second place with 1,000. Player 2 is in the lead with 1,400.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's now time for Double Jeopardy.
Hopefully I get some categories I know. Hopefully.
And now the categories for the Double Jeopardy round.
Here we go.
The
The Old Testament. Business and Industry. Famous names. Historical operas.
Historical operas.
Movie characters.
Movie characters.
I should be good at that.
Annual.
And annual events.
Go ahead, player 1.
I will pick movie characters for 200.
Gene Kelly played D'Artagnan in this 1948 MGM Swashbuckler.
Player 1.
What is the Three Musketeers? Oops, got an R. Forgot the R.
You are correct.
Alright.
All right, pick again.
400.
This singer played singer Breathless Mahoney in Dick Tracy.
This singer played Breathless Mahoney and Dick Tracy. Who is Madonna?
Response. All right, pick again.
Movie characters for 600.
A Wookiee named Chewbacca is the sidekick of this Star Wars character.
A Wookiee named Chewbacca is the sidekick of this Star Wars character. Well, I don't watch Star Wars, so I don't know. Who is Han Solo?
All right, pick again.
800.
He not only starred in City Slickers, he was executive producer.
Player 1.
Billy Crystal.
Yes.
Great.
All right, pick again. Tomorrow is another day, which she says in Gone with the Wind goes back at least to the 16th century.
Tomorrow's another day, which he says in Gone with the Wind goes back at least to the 16th century.
Anybody?
Who is
Here's
Margaret
the
Mitchell?
response.
Who is Margaret
All right,
Mitchell?
pick again.
Okay. Annual events for 200.
In celebration of this holiday, Knott's Berry Farm turns into Knott's Scary Farm.
Was Halloween.
That's right.
Alright.
All right,
2,000
pick
for
again.
me. Annual events for 400.
Observances in this state include Indian Day in September and Will Rogers Day in November.
Observances in this state include Indian Day in September and Will Rogers Day in November. What is
Here's the
Oklahoma?
response. All right, pick again.
600.
On Hangul, Korean Alphabet Day, children compete in this art of beautiful handwriting.
On Hangul Korean Alphabet Day, children compete in this beautiful art of handwriting.
Here's
What is
the
calligraphy?
response. All right, pick again.
800.
The name of this Jewish holiday is Hebrew for Head of the Year.
The name of this Jewish holiday is Hebrew for head of the year. I'm thinking of Passover or Christmas, I don't know.
Here is the correct response.
Rosh Hashanah. That's in April.
Alright, pick again.
That's an April holiday. I think. Annual events for 1,000.
The answer is a Player 1, please make your wager.
I'm only wagering $5 only to be safe.
In Texas, Confederate Heroes Day is celebrated on January 19, the birthday of this general. Take a look at your monitor.
I have a TV, so it's pretty much a monitor either way. But I have no clue whatsoever.
Player 1?
I got no one.
No, too bad.
So I lose $5.
Here is the correct response.
Who's Robert E. Lee?
Alright, pick again.
Business and industry for 200.
In 1906, this auto firm introduced its Silver Ghost model.
In 1906, this auto firm introduced its Silver Ghost model.
Anyone?
Here
What is Rolls Royce?
Alright, pick again.
400?
Before moving to Chicago in 1856, this department store owner clerked in a Pittsfield, Massachusetts dry goods store.
Player 2?
Who was Marshall Field?
That's right. Player 2, it's your turn.
Business and industry for 600.
This stagecoach company owned the Pony Express during the last few months of its existence.
The Stagecoach Company owned the Pony Express during the last few months.
Player 2?
Was Pacific Western?
I'm sorry, that's incorrect.
No, that's incorrect. So it goes back to down.
Here is the correct response.
Wells Fargo and Company. So it goes
Player
back down
2,
to
it's your turn.
1200.
In 1962, he founded Electronic Data Systems after working for IBM for 5 years.
I have no idea. In 1962, he founded Electronic Data Systems after working at IBM for 5 years.
Here is the correct response.
Ross Perot.
All right, contestant 2.
Business and industry for 500.
This German family began its steel-making business by setting up a plant in Essen in 1811.
This German family began its steel-making business by setting up a plant in Essen in 1811.
Here is the correct response.
The Krupp family.
What'll it be, Player 2?
Famous names for 200.
College basketball's Player of the Year in 1979, he joined the Celtics the same year.
Player 2?
Larry Bird.
That's it.
All right, pick again.
Famous names for 400.
She was criticized for serving hot dogs to King George VI at Hyde Park in 1939.
Player 2?
Eleanor Roosevelt.
Yes, indeed.
All right, pick again.
Famous names for 600.
In 1995, for her groundbreaking study of African chimps, she was awarded the Hubbard Medal.
In 1995, for her groundbreaking study of African chimps, she was awarded the Hubbard Medal.
Here is the correct response.
Who is Jane Goodall?
All right, pick again.
800.
Answer?
Daily Double.
Player 2, your wager, please.
1,000.
His record as the youngest international grandmaster in chess stood from 1958 to 1991.
Player 2?
Gary Kasparov?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I don't believe I ever heard of him. Who is Bobby Fischer?
All right, pick again.
I remember seeing a movie about him, searching for Bobby Fischer. We'll go 1,000.
Hattie Hearst was sent to jail for bank robbery after this famous attorney lost her case.
Player 3?
F. Lee Bailey.
That's it.
Player 3, what'll it be?
$5 off the lead. The Old Testament for 200.
Because not even 10 good people could be found in this wicked city, the Lord destroyed it.
Because not even good people could be found in this wicked city, the Lord destroyed it. Who is Sodom?
Response. Player 3, your turn.
I do not know I do not know the Love Testament at all.
Handel's opera about Julius Caesar and this queen is considered one of his greatest.
Player 2.
Who is Cleopatra?
Right you are.
All right,
Back to
contestant
1,000.
Andre Gretry composed a 1784 opera about this Crusader king and his favorite minstrel, Blondel.
Andre.
Player 2.
Richard the First.
Correct. All right, pick again.
Historical operas for 600.
Meyerbeer's opera, Les Huguenots, takes place in 1572 in Touraine and this capital city.
Meyerbeer's
Player 3.
Louis Paris.
That's correct.
Player 3.
In an 1837 opera by Donizetti, this queen loves the Earl of Essex, but he loves the Duchess of Nottingham.
In 1830.
Player 2.
Who's Queen Elizabeth I?
Sure.
Player 2, it's your turn.
Historical operas for 1,000.
Massenet's opera about this
I do not know these
Castilian
categories.
hero is set in 12th century Seville.
Massenet's opera about this Catalan hero set in 12th century Seville. El Cid.
Player 2, what'll it be?
The Old Testament for 400.
This Philistine asked David, "Am I a dog that thou comest to me with staves?"
This Philistine asks David, "Am I a dog that thou comest
Anyone?
to me with staves?" Who is Goliath? What?
All right, contestant 2.
600.
To build the temple in Jerusalem, Solomon used wood from the fir, the olive, and this tree.
To build a temple in Jerusalem, Solomon used from the fir,
Anybody?
the olive tree. Was the
Here's
cedar.
correct response.
Okay, player 2.
Very much I do not know it at all.
The Old Testament refers to it as Mount Horeb and the mountain of God.
This Old Testament refers to it as the Mountain Horeb and the Mountain of
Anyone?
God. No.
Here is the correct response.
What is Mount Sinai?
And to finish the board, this biblical patriarch was a son of Lamech and the grandson of Methuselah.
This biblical patriarch was the son of Lamech and the grandson of Methuselah.
Here is the correct response.
Who was Noah?
That's the end of Double Jeopardy.
Yep.
Let's take a look at the scores.
I'm still in third place with 1995, player 2's in second with 2200, and player 3 has a commanding lead with 2600. It's still anybody's game. Final Jeopardy.
Let's see what our category is for Final Jeopardy.
Signs and symbols.
Signs and symbols. Player 1, please make your wager.
I will only wager 5. Actually, I'll wager 100. Actually, 95. I'm still thinking. How about this? $95.
Player 2, your wager, please. Player 3, we have your wager, please. Here's the final Jeopardy answer.
Okay. Plant that's in the symbol of the 4-H organization. Plant the 4-H organization. I have no clue. I have no clue whatsoever.
Let's see how
I'm only
everyone
gonna
did.
I'm only gonna lose $500.
Thanks,
though.
Johnny.
I mean, I'm only going to lose $95.
Player 1, your question? No, I'm sorry.
What's
that going to cost you?
I had none. I had nada. I go down to 1800.
Ooh, I guess it's just not your day.
I go down to 1900.
Player 2, your question. Sorry, that's
Now a
incorrect.
shamrock.
Let's see how much it cost you.
800.
Yeah, you'll get them next time.
Who knows? 1400. Hopefully I make up.
Your question, player 3. No.
Not a shamrock either.
What's that going to cost you?
1801.
Yeah, you'll get them next time.
No, they won't. I am the winner with $1,900.
Here's the correct response.
What is a clover? So I win my second game with $4,000 in 2 games. I believe it's $4,000.
Congratulations, player 1. You're the Jeopardy champion.
I'm calculating my math.
Thanks for playing Jeopardy.
Yep. $4,000 in 2 games. And that will be the end of my...
Here are the high scores for all the game modes.
And that will be the end of my second game of Jeopardy for the PlayStation. And I'll see you guys for my next video. Hopefully it'll come soon, so